Alright, so I started working on the brake lights today and found out that I had the wrong part. I've got the right brake lights, but the grommet that holds them in, I can't find, and I can't seem to find it anywhere. Or I've got one, but it's not the right one for the trailer. So I've got to do some more research on that, and then I can finish putting the new brake lights in and that kind of thing. I've done a bunch of looking at the wiring and stuff like that. And I believe I'm going to leave the wiring alone. I'm just going to splice in the new lights because the wires look like they're in good shape. So y'all stick around and let's see if we can get these brake lights finished between tonight and whenever I get the new piece in. Doesn't feel too bad. Alright, so for quite a while now, I've had this light still in and this light out with duct tape over it. So I pulled the old one out, and I also pulled out the grommet, and this is the grommet that it goes in. So, yeah, I like that. So I contacted the company, and as you can see, it's not a lot. It's got little tabs on the light that kind of hold it in the grommet. But I contacted the company. I was like, you know, what's the deal? I need some of these grommets, and they said, oh yeah, they didn't. People quit buying them. They didn't work very well. And I was like, okay, so y'all sell the lights, but you don't sell the grommets. And she was like, yeah. So she's like, I was like, well, what do you got to replace it that's different, you know? And she's like, oh yeah, we got such and such. I was like, all right, can you send me a picture so I can make sure it's gonna work and before I order it? And I contacted her about 3 or 4 more times over the next 2 weeks, and she kept telling me she was waiting for somebody to send her a picture, and that's been a few months and nothing's happened. So I think what I'm gonna do is just stick these grommets back in, go ahead and switch the lights, and then I'm gonna silicone around it on the inside just to make sure it doesn't leak and make sure everything's in good. But apparently these grommets had an issue with leaking or not holding the lights, so I'll silicone that a little bit. So yeah, let's go ahead and replace these lights, get that taken care of, so all the lights on the trailer will be brand new. So it's actually supposed to start raining, not tomorrow, but the next day. But this did a great job of keeping the rain out. Keeping it from getting in the trailer. And that's the biggest thing I'm worried about with these grommets. I just want to make sure, you know, I want the trailer to be watertight and not have water coming in anywhere or anything like that. So I've overdone a lot of stuff, just trying to make sure that it was good. Let's see how this wants to act. I mean, this thing's not, I mean, it's a little stiff, but it's not super hard. It folded halfway decent to come out, so in my opinion, it's not too bad. So we'll just make sure it's back in there correctly. So I think this one was a little bit crooked when I took it out. Might be easier if I did this from the inside, but who likes to do stuff the easy way? I mean, come on now. Where's the fun in that? So yeah. So it's a little bit loose. It doesn't quite cover it all, but it's all right. I got silicone. We will fix that problem. Are quite interesting. Ooh, glad that's LED bulbs. All right. So let me see if I can't stretch this just a little bit, and we'll be right back. All right, so I tried putting light back in this, and it was horrible. Horrible. It won't even fit in it with it out, let alone with it actually in there, so I can see why they discontinued them. So I'm going to attempt to make my own out of silicone. We'll see how that goes. So I've kind of taped around it now at this point, and I figure I'll have to do the inside today and then come out and pull the tape off and do the outside tomorrow. But it's pretty good, so let's move around to the inside. Now, I've never tried anything like this before, so y'all pray for me, because it's probably not going to go good, especially not having any more room to move than this. The good thing is, if I need to change it, it's not hard to do. Just peel the silicone out and change it. grab me another tube. Y'all are probably like, what in the world is this? Probably filling up half the wall too. Alright, yeah, look out a minute. Getting crazy over here. And being that I'm trying something super crazy and different, we'll definitely give it a day or so to let it set up before I commit to leaving it this way, because I don't know, it may not work. So y'all tell me in the comments, y'all think I ought to hold that light down? Tell me what you think. Don't hold back now. So we'll check the outside tomorrow, but there's a metal plate that goes in over this, so we'll just have to wait and see, I reckon. I would think that would hold it in without any problems, and I can go to the outside and pull the tape off tomorrow and fill the crack and leave a little bead on the outside. It's good times. Yeah, it's basically a whole tube of silicone on there. I would think if that won't hold it nothing with, I'll add a little extra to the top because there was a gap at the top. Strengthen it up a little bit. If I found out it's emitting too much light, then I may have to paint around the silicone, but that's okay. On the outside to keep the light from coming out. Give y'all a good look at my crazy freaking idea. Here's the bottom. Here's this side. Top. And then here's this side. Knowing me, I'll come back and add some more after it dries. But just to make sure it's sealed good to the metal, especially underneath, so nothing leaks in. But there it is. See y'all tomorrow. We'll see what this thing looks like. Alright, so we've done a bunch of work to this today. This out here feels like it's set up pretty good. Still a little soft, so it may take it another day or two. I'm not going to do the other side until I know this is set up good and it's doing what it needs to do. But I mean, you can pull on it, it's not wiggling or going anywhere really. Pulled the tape off the outside. And this is what it looked like. So I'm gonna kind of brush the dirt and stuff off of there a little bit. Like I said, we sawed a bunch of wood and stuff today. I'm gonna fill that gap in there and put a little bead around everything and get it looking nice and good, so I know it's good and taken care of. And we're gonna let it set up. When I pulled the tape off, this stuff on the inside here was still gooey. Yeah, it's set up now, but when I pulled the duct tape off of there, it was still, you know. But yeah, so we're getting there. I think this is going to work fine. As you can see, it's in there good, but I'm gonna finish filling it up on the outside, getting that bead around there and make sure it's sealed good, and I'll bring you back. All right, close up. Is it pretty? No. Do I care? No. Will it work? I believe so. I think we're good. I think we are good. Only two things I'm really worried about. One is water getting in, and two is the light falling out. And I don't think either one of those are going to happen, so I'm good with it. So we'll find out after I put a few miles on it and drive it up and down the road, and it sits out in 130, 140 degree weather, and it gets rained on and frozen and everything else, but I think we're good. So I'll have to get the other side done sometime, I don't know, a week or so when I'm off again, and get the metal plates put back on the inside, and it should be good. So got some staining and painting and stuff to do in here, but overall most of the redoing has been redone plus extra. So y'all stick around, see what else I do to this bad boy.